my name is Marty Walsh, and it's an honor for me to kick off Work Inc.'s Oh What a Year celebration, and what a year it's been. I know how hard you all work to keep everyone safe and supported during the pandemic, because I know how great this organization is. I've seen the firsthand dedication and commitment of Work Inc. staff, and I've seen how determined and courageous the participants are. As a state representative, I've had the opportunity to help Work Inc. relocate from Quincy to Dorchester. I was proud to bring this agency of Work Inc.'s caliber into the city of Boston and into my own neighborhood. As mayor, I've had the pleasure of partnering with Work Inc. to help employ individuals with disabilities in Boston and throughout the Commonwealth. People with disabilities have the right to work, gain independence, and contribute their talents. That's a value I've learned through my work with Work Inc. Now it's a priority in my work serving our country. Today, you'll hear from many staff, individuals, and families from Work Inc. about oh, what a year it has been. So now I'd like to introduce my friend, the President and CEO of Work Inc., Jim Cassetta. Thank you all and enjoy the event.
Hi folks, my name is Jim Cassetta, President and CEO of Work Inc. I also want to thank Secretary Marty Walsh for that great introduction. I have the privilege to lead an amazing organization, supporting individuals with disabilities and work with incredible staff members. Over the past year, I have witnessed Work Inc. staff work tirelessly and relentlessly through this god-awful pandemic. The staff dedicated themselves to ensuring the individuals Work Inc. supports were and continue to be safe and healthy. The past year was one no one anticipated. The challenges our staff faced during the past year at first seemed insurmountable, but they rose above these challenges and continued to do extraordinary work supporting over 1,200 individuals with disabilities. I could not be prouder of the staff at Work Inc. Hero is defined as a person who's admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities, and each and every one of our staff is a true hero. Throughout this video, you will hear from our heroes here at Work Inc. and hear about their experiences over the past year.
Hello everyone. It's very hard for me to find the words to express my sincere gratitude for everything that the employees did over the past year through the pandemic. Short of amazing, and I applaud all of you, and I'm so blessed to have you as my colleagues. Thank you.
A typical day during this time with COVID, we would have to wear a mask and have like QT3, a chemical that helps fight off the COVID. We would disinfect each doors in front of people's offices on certain floors. And also we would have to wear gloves. And it's usually quiet. There's not much people in the office. Most thing I love about my job is making money. Also seeing a smile on my boss's face. That gives me a sign that I'm doing the right thing and improving. And I also love helping out my coworkers.
I'd like to thank all the program participants and employees and staff in the Ability One program for all your hard work and dedication through the recent challenging year we had with the COVID-19 pandemic. Your work was outstanding. Again, thanks so much.
In addition to Work Inc., our FM&M team, Facilities Management and Maintenance Inc., quickly streamlined their services to deal with the situation at hand and created a COVID-19 mitigation team
I want to give a big shout out to our team at the Natick Army Labs, who have worked very hard and adapted to serving the soldiers on the base 7 days a week without any interruptions during the pandemic.
Found out maybe like March 16th about the pandemic, and the next day the clients weren't here and it was just the staff for the day. We had our morning meeting like we normally do, and kind of talked about the idea that potentially this was going to be something that was going to be long term, and started to kind of make plans for the staff and what they'd be doing over the next, at that time we didn't know how long it was going to last, so it was kind of planning out the rest of the week, maybe the rest of the month. And most of those people we haven't seen in the last year and 4 months that it's been, 3 months.
Very proud of a bunch of our staff who decided to, go with the individuals, going from day program to residence, and really commit to that, and they did a really good job.
I'd like to thank the staff of Working for their hard work and dedication during the pandemic. Thank you.
Initially, we had around 90 individuals that came into the program and we saw on a daily basis. And then once COVID hit in March, we didn't really have any individuals in the building. So we didn't see anyone in person, face to face. So I would say the main barrier was a lack of connection in person, like in face to face. Like I said, we were so used to seeing each other every day, and we went from that to not seeing each other for months. And kind of changing the way that we communicated with them and with their families. So we had to learn how to support them through phone calls, through Zoom calls, through even FaceTime calls, whatever it was that they had access to and that they could work with. I would say we definitely all learned that we need each other on a daily basis. We need each other as co-workers, and also we need the individuals and vice versa. I think that that's something that we knew, but then we had a big reminder once COVID hit, the value of human connection.
We were the first program back in the building, and we returned in July. Prior to that, we did a lot of surveys with families about their safety concerns, and really listening to them about what they would need to feel safe to send their loved ones back to program. We did a lot of shifting of space. So how many people are coming back versus how many feet of space around them. We got partitions, the clear plexiglass partitions for desks if people were sitting next to each other. We implemented some sanitation routines to happen multiple times throughout the day. We did a lot of trainings with individuals about hand washing and mask wearing, so that we could be as safe as we could to return, and they've been great since they've come back. So all of my staff worked throughout the pandemic, and they were willing to be relocated wherever they were needed to support people in their residential group homes, to make trips to families, to ensure that those folks were getting what they needed. And I just want to say thank you.
To see the way that people came together to create new ways of providing services for clients, for customers, families, and to each other. When I look back, it really makes me feel grateful and thankful to be part of an organization like Work Inc. So to everyone out there, thank you.
For those who were still working actively, we never stopped those services. Those services continued face-to-face, whether it was Stop and Shop, Home Depot, things like that, because those are stores that we all visit often. So they actually received supports, and every time we actually went, we made sure that the clients had gloves, masks, hand sanitizer, things like that.
Thank you, everybody, for all your hard work and creative energy getting us through this pandemic. We couldn't have done it without you.
This year was extremely tough for all of us. My team pivoted immediately to gather resources to maintain the momentum of working with our students. And they were great. at doing the work that they did. And for that reason, I really want to thank them, and I'm so appreciative of the team that I have.
I would say my staff has been amazing. I'm gonna lose it talking about my staff because they didn't flinch, honestly. When I was like, okay, we're going remote, they were like, okay, what does that mean? And then I was like, we're gonna learn, we're gonna use Zoom. Some of them are comfortable with Zoom. Some of them like Google Classroom better. They switched to Google Classroom. They really talked to, when it came to the schools, Tamara talked to the classes and to the staff to figure out how we could make it work for them more than anything. My two guys that were supporting our clients for DDS were incredible. They did not blink. They were concerned about people who stayed home that live in apartments by themselves. That's not their job. Their job is to make sure that they're getting to work. But they were like, no one's visiting this guy. No one has made sure this guy has food. I stopped and did. They went so above and beyond, which of course I wasn't surprised because they're my staff. They're awesome.
Desde el pasado marzo del 2020, hasta cuando empezó la pandemia, pues ha sido fuerte. Pienso que la vida de todos cambió en la casa, porque ya que se padecía ciertas condiciones como la ansiedad, la depresión, al atacar el COVID nos atacó más fuerte, porque tener a Jensi encerrado en una casa todos los días, todo el tiempo, es fuerte para mí como madre y más para él porque no entiende muchas cosas.
And things changed overnight, and we had to really sort of change the way we were providing services to the individuals we support and our families, and really sort of respond to what it was that they were needing. And I remember that the day that it happened, I remember on a Wednesday we got a phone call from a family member saying, Friday is going to be my last paycheck. So that's when we had to sort of decide, okay, how are we going to support the families and what is it they're going to need?
Transformed our training rooms downstairs into a mini grocery store and supply center with generous donations from our friends at Ocean State Job Lot, BMS, and US Foods, and many other community partners that helped us out. Our staff came in relentlessly, day in and day out, packed groceries, drove those supplies after packing them up to Dorchester, Revere, Chelsea, and some of the hardest hit COVID-19 areas across the Commonwealth. And one day here at Work Inc., while staff were packing groceries and supplies to take to some of the hardest hit COVID-19 areas across the state, in Revere and Chelsea, and across Dorchester, Congressman Joe Kennedy came to pay us a visit. Not only did he pay us a visit, but what really impressed myself and our entire team here at Work Inc. was that he literally packed groceries and supplies for our individuals and families side by side with our staff, which really gave them a greater sense of validation, and I couldn't be prouder.
It took a village to be able to pull this off. It really did. So everybody really pulled together, and I think that was one of the things that really struck me as being just amazing, and I'm just so grateful to all of my co-workers.
Was with like 9 staff, and from the 9 staff I only have 2 left and 3 with me, so I have to cover the shifts that were open. Teaching them how to wear a mask, that was very difficult. They didn't understand why. Teaching them like why they didn't have day program. There was individual that stand next to the door waiting for the van in the morning. And that really breaks my heart, because like I try to explain to her, no, the van is not coming. And she just stand there waiting for the van. And I saw the care that they give them. and I feel that, you know, that's the reason why they're still here. Like, and I just want to say thank you so much, and I really appreciate it, and I'm so grateful that I work with them.
So some of the successes that happened during COVID was opening up our new program at Bicknell. So thankful to all those workers, the construction team that still worked during COVID, so that we were able to get our individuals into that program and, you know, in their forever homes.
It has been an extremely difficult year for all of us to manage our lives at work and at home. When most people stayed at home managing COVID pandemic, you have decided to work and continue the care for the most vulnerable population, knowing very well that you will be exposing yourself and your family members to COVID virus. Please accept my most sincere respect and gratitude for excellent service you provided on behalf of WorkInc. Thank you.
Several people that I'm super proud of. We have one individual who successfully, during the pandemic, transitioned into his own apartment and is doing great, just really blossoming and doing his own cleaning, cooking, you know, using us as needed. We have 3 individuals who did internships with us. So we had an individual running groups for other people. We had a podcast on self-advocacy. So 2 people were able to do a lot for our program. Well, we got to work with them as well. And several people, you know, despite the pandemic, being isolated, have still, you know, just done a great job of engaging with their coach, making the best of it. We have people getting their learner's permits, people getting jobs, people getting out in the community more now than they did even maybe pre-pandemic. So a lot of success, a lot of resilient clients.
I can't tell you how impressed I am with all the folks in the field taking care of all our clients every single day and night. You just have so much care, concern for the folks, and every time Porter or Rafiq or myself go to the houses, this is shown right out of the gate to us, just how much you all care. And I'd like to say thank you.
I cannot say how proud I am to be a part of such an amazing team and worked side by side with so many amazing individuals to ensure that the individuals with disabilities that we support were healthy, they were safe, and their lives continued to be meaningful throughout the pandemic. And it was all because of the staff here at WorkInc. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you for all of your hard work and dedication throughout this year.
I am truly grateful to each and everybody at WorkInc. We look forward to our upcoming year. We are still feeling the impact of COVID-19 on our programs and our services. It is not too late to make a contribution to WorkInc and continue to make the lives of our individuals better. I hope to see all of you soon.